Right now, freezing wind chills, strong gusts leading to dangerous road conditions. What the plows are out there doing to keep roads safe.
Plus, after dealing with heating issues in her apartment, a Madison woman says she's running out of options. The extra steps they've had to take to stay warm.
And the city of Madison giving residents a bit of a break from shoveling the snow, but don't get too comfortable. We'll tell you when those sidewalks now need to be cleared. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Well, thanks for joining us. The weather outside is really frightful, especially the temperature. Strong winds, below zero wind chills, and of course the roads are very difficult for travel, especially in rural areas.
In fact, the Department of Transportation is urging people to just stay inside and wait out the storm as temperatures stay just above zero. According to the Madison Streets Division, they completed citywide snow plowing this morning. Crews will now work on cleanup operations and keeping snow drifts from forming. Because of the cold temperatures, the city's salt is ineffective on roads. Instead, crews are spreading sand on hills and intersections and curves.
And here's a look at the DOT's 511 map. Right now, most of Dane County's roads and the surrounding counties' roads are in that purple color, and that means conditions are slippery. The blue lines, whatever few there are, that just means snow covered. Red, if you see those anywhere, that means ice covered, very dangerous. And from water damage to issues with heating, a back and forth with the property manager to get it all resolved. It's a situation no one wants to be in, especially right now.
As we all deal with these sub-zero wind chills the last couple of days, it is taking some extra steps for a family our Catherine Merck met to stay warm.
In the time of year that's meant for warmth in our hearts and hope, one woman on Madison's west side says with her current living situation, there's very little of that.
The space heater here is what's been keeping my bathroom warm.
Chautauqua Willis says she's having issues heating her apartment in Madison's freezing temperatures.
Also here.
On Sunday, the apartment unit above her leaked and flooded into her bathroom.
This light fixture here still has water in it. They have not removed this.
Then on Thursday, her landlord tells us she called with a heat issue.
I haven't had heat for 3 days.
She says living in her apartment with her family isn't safe and is running out of options.
The fire department came in to look at it. He stated to me that he explained to the property manager that I couldn't live here because of the water damage.
As for solutions to this problem,
it's hard to find out who to talk to get an answer.
Eric Brinkman works at Fire Station 12 with City of Madison Fire.
I have a space heater here.
He's trying to help this family and says their situation isn't right during this time of year.
I wouldn't want my parents or my kids or anybody living in that kind of condition. It's just not safe.
While property management says they did provide space heaters and tape up the windows, Chautauqua and her family want to find somewhere else to sleep at night.
I didn't care where they put us. I just wanted to be somewhere where me and my family could possibly do Christmas. But looks like we have to be here.
During this holiday,
it's Christmas. These people don't care.
Chautauqua feels like the lights on her family tree are more dim than ever before.
They don't care. They just don't care. That's how I feel. I feel like nobody cares.
For Eric, he hopes that the spirit of the season will cause someone to bring more warmth to this family's hearts and home.
This is just highlighted because of the cold, because it's Christmas, and because she didn't believe anybody was going to help her. And I hope that we can kind of change her mind that there are people out there that will help and want to.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck for News 3 Now.
In a phone call with News 3 Now, property management says it plans to reach out to the fire department to look further into issues with the apartment. Let's now check your certified most accurate forecast with Julian Seawright.
Well, we've been talking about this for the last couple of days. The temperatures are just going to be bitterly cold and even dangerous at times. So make sure that you, your loved ones, or friends are all staying as warm as possible, especially as we get into the holiday weekend, because wind chills are not going to be seeing too much of improvement as we continue throughout the rest of our Friday nights. Right now, it's 23 degrees below zero here in Madison, 26 for Janesville, and 28 for Platteville. But as we see wind gusts, well, they're still maintaining into the upper 20s for us here in Madison, and the middle to lower 30s for Platteville, stretching to Monroe, and even for Janesville. And we do still have the alert day in effect, and it's mainly because of these cold temperatures and these strong winds, which are going to continue to blow throughout the rest of tonight and heading into our Christmas Eve. Blowing snow is still a possibility, especially for areas that are more rural. rural. So we are looking for those areas to be having more visibility, the flatter and more open of the area that it is. So be careful if you're going to be traveling around those areas. Power outages are possible with the dangerous cold and on top of it with the winds that will be blowing on power lines. So make sure that you are doing everything you can to be safe throughout the rest of the holidays. Now, as we take a look at our winter weather bulletins, we have a winter weather advisory for Dane County and much of southern Wisconsin until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. But this winter storm warning is still in effect for Grant and Crawford County until 6 a.m. along with our friends in the eastern side of Iowa and southern Minnesota who have a blizzard warning until that time. Temperatures will actually increase a bit, but it's still going to be just a couple degrees off from zero. So it's going to be another blistering night for us, and on top of it, rather chilly. We'll talk about what else we can expect for Christmas in a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
For the first time in at least 10 years, the city of Madison is giving you more time to shovel your snow. But for those who don't meet that deadline, you will be fined at least $50 without warning.
All right, Nicole Herzog sat down with the city's housing inspection supervisor to find out what you should know about those fines. Nicole?
Yeah, the city of Madison announced today that they're extending the deadline to shovel snow from your sidewalks until Sunday at noon. But the city tells me we're not off to a good start when it comes to snow clearing citations this year.
It's very, very unique.
With dangerous winds and a major winter storm, extending the deadline to clear snow and ice off the sidewalks that surround your home will help everyone out just a bit more.
We don't want people to go outside and try to clear the sidewalk only because they are worried about the citation.
But that doesn't mean the city is letting their guard down. Typically, the city says snow and ice should be removed by noon on the day after snow stops. If it isn't, the city issues a fine of $50 without warning. Future offenses cost $100 plus extra fees.
We are no more relaxed. The ordinance is the ordinance, and we need to apply that.
The City of Madison's housing inspection supervisor says the city issues 600 to 700 citations in a typical year. They've already issued at least 100 this year so far. All the citations are complaint-driven. The city does not drive around to check if houses have removed snow, but they often notice other houses without snow removed when they address those complaints.
We are not here for the money. We are here because we enforce the safety of the public.
He says the citations are not something the city's proud of, but it's a necessary step to keep everyone safe.
And they are, relying in that to go to the school or go to a bus stop or go to the grocery store or, enjoy the weather and going outside for a walk.
Madison also asks people to remove ice from their sidewalks, and free sand is now available to clear that ice at 14 locations across the city.
With wind chills bringing temperatures well below zero, health experts are warning people about the increased risk for frostbite. Frostbite happens when moisture in your tissues start to freeze. Those ice crystals then rub into the tissue, damaging it. Some symptoms can include sharp pain and numbness. While there's no set answers to when symptoms set in, UW Health's Jeff Pothoff says he worries some people may take the temperature for granted.
The worrisome thing on days like today is it happens much faster than folks expect it to happen, and you get yourself in trouble real quick if you don't plan ahead, if you need to be out in the weather today.
Contrary to popular belief, rubbing your hands together to create warmth doesn't apply to frostbite. In fact, it can do more damage by mashing the frozen ice crystals further into your tissues. For those looking for a warm place during these chilly times, several locations across multiple counties are opening warming sites. These places are open during normal business hours, but will not extend them. That means you'll have to find another place to stay overnight. Food and water won't be provided at these sites either. You can find the full list on channel3000.com.
Well, you might want to be extra patient with deliveries of packages and gifts this holiday season because this winter storm is causing some delivery delays. FedEx says its hubs in Indianapolis and Memphis suffered major disruptions. UPS announced a similar situation, saying services in some regions could also be affected.
Stay up to date on the latest weather on our First Warn weather app. It has hourly forecast, school closings, road conditions, and the latest radar. Download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. We also have everything you need to know on our website. Just look for a special section at the top of our homepage, channel3000.com. There you will find weather alerts, a list of closed businesses, and canceled services. There's more ahead at 6, including a member of the DNR Policy Board stepping down from his position nearly 2 years later than expected.
Plus, the Monroe School District apologizing to voters after a misleading statement about a school referendum. Stay with us.
How do you use your energy? Inspiring a spark of creativity? Working hard to reach your goals? Thinking outside the box to bring your vision to life? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power, we're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Whether you're looking for all the advanced features or something with a lower upfront cost, with Rheem heating equipment, you can stay comfortable even in the most uncomfortable situations.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today, serving Dane County for over 45 years.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Beloit emergency crews are working to find a woman who they said fell into the Rock River this afternoon. The Rock County Sheriff's Office says the woman fell into the river at the 6500 block of South Edgewater Drive. An official there says they are looking into bringing divers in to search for the woman, but rescue operations have been complicated due to extremely cold temperatures and high winds. And we'll have updates on this developing story.
A second child has died from influenza in Wisconsin this season. The state recorded its first pediatric flu death on Tuesday. This time, it's a 14-year-old Suamico girl. Her family says she passed away after a bout with influenza A and strep B. She was a freshman at Bayport High School. Strong words from the Monroe School District to its families tonight. We failed. The district issuing an apology after investigative reporter Naomi Coles reported yesterday on residents saying they felt misled by this November's referendum. Naomi joins us now with an update. Naomi?
These are strong words from the district in a 2-page letter they sent to both me and district families today. They took ownership of the issue, saying they had failed to fully understand how home value increases would impact the bottom line. The issue, school advertising of the referendum had told voters they would pay $13 for every $100,000 in home value. What they now say they didn't know at the time was that any increase in home values would be taxed at a rate of more than $900 per $100,000.
I feel we were misled. When I looked at the school expecting a $39 increase, my property taxes were affected by $677 total just for that school referendum.
In response, the district said, quote, "For that, we apologize. This was not intentional. We value transparency and honesty. Had we fully understood the impact the unprecedented increase in valuation had on the mill rate, we would have communicated that," end quote. We have more online right now at channel3000.com.
All right, Naomi, thank you. A member of the DNR Policy Board who refused to leave after his term ended nearly 2 years ago says he will now be resigning. Today, Fred Prayne told Governor Tony Evers he's stepping down, saying it is time to move on. Prayne was appointed by former Governor Scott Walker back in 2015 and then refused to step down after his term ended in 2021, denying Governor Evers' appointee Sandra Nass a seat and keeping a Republican majority on the board. Prayne's resignation will now take effect December 30th. And still ahead, how UW Health is planning to address a growing need for more surgical services.
Plus, a local ice rink combines the beauty and gracefulness of ice skating with the eyesore that is the ugly Christmas sweater in a fun family event.
And what kind of weather can we expect for the rest of the holidays and beyond? Julian has a forecast when we come back.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
This holiday season at the Century House, give $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
There's no place like home for the holidays, but it isn't quite the same when your house is cold and drafty. We want everyone to have the gift of a warm and comfortable home. So we're going to match the $500 energy tax credit with a $500 discount. But you have to call us before December 31st. 2023 is the year to stop freezing and start saving. So give yourself the gift that keeps on giving, because you keep saving.
USA Insulation.
Why get the updated COVID-19 vaccine? Because life's a little better when we're all boosted. It's the best way to protect yourself from COVID-19's most serious effects, especially if you're over 50 or have a weaker immune system. Give your health a boost. Find the updated COVID-19 vaccine near you at dhs.wisconsin.gov/vaccine.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. A family-friendly event at the Madison Ice Arena today gave people a chance to show off their ugliest holiday sweaters. There, families got to skate around to holiday music in their most festive outfits. The annual event also had concessions and special activities for kids.
It's a great way to socialize and meet new people and also stay active and learn a new activity that you'll be able to keep doing for the rest of your life.
This is one of the many annual events the arena holds every year. They also have a New Year's event coming up on December 31st. You can find more information on events and their programs, including a new scholarship program at MadisonIceInc.com.
Well, how long will these frigid temperatures last? Here's Julian with your complete forecast.
Well, unfortunately, Eric, they're going to last through at least the holiday weekend, but we are looking at improvements late next week. But let's go ahead and talk about our alert day. It's going to be in effect from tonight going into Saturday, as we're still going to be dealing with blowing snow, strong winds, and temperatures that could be dangerous for those who are exposed for an allotted amount of time. Now, we are looking for these power outages to be possible because of the winds and the dangerously cold temperatures. So make sure that you have everything you need to stay safe throughout the holiday weekend, and also, most importantly, stay warm. Now, taking a look at our winter weather bulletins. We have a winter weather advisory for Dane County and the surrounding surrounding areas until 9 a.m. heading into our Saturday morning. And for our friends to the west, Crawford and Grant County, they're still under a winter storm warning until 6 a.m., which is also the same timeline for our friends in southern Minnesota and for eastern Iowa to be under that blizzard warning, which will all clear out once we get into our Christmas Eve morning. Now, taking a look at our radar, there is some snow, even though it's starting to phase out here in southern Wisconsin. Light snowfall and flakes and flurries just south of Watertown and north of Fond du Lac. We're not going to be looking at much of it, though. May see a couple of flurries for tonight, but overall, we're going to stay rather quiet outside of the howling of the winds. And those winds are going to continue to howl throughout the rest of tonight as temperatures actually increase a little bit. We're going to be above 0 degrees heading into tonight and going into our Christmas Eve. But it's still going to be very cold. Wind speeds are going to be fluctuating between 25 to 30 to 35 miles per hour. Some areas may even see lower 40 miles per hour ranges. Now, as we go into our rest of Saturday evening, we are seeing the sky open up at least, so it's going to be sunny, but going into transition into Christmas morning, well, things are still going to be rather cold. Waking up for presents and breakfast is going to be even colder. We're looking at temperatures below 0, and of course, with those wind speeds finally starting to taper down, we're actually looking for our wind chill values to not be very, very dangerous. So heading into the rest of our Christmas day, temperatures themselves will actually rise close to around 10 degrees, but then we're going to watch for a small little burst of some snow that could really start to impact the southwest of southern Wisconsin once we get into our overnights. But then heading into Monday, we're also going to be seeing temperatures rather cold, not nearly as cold as this weekend, but could see some more snow on the way. Now, taking a look at those winds themselves, well, they're going to be bouncing back and forth in the middle and upper 30s throughout much of Madison, but many areas will see around the 40 miles per hour gusts throughout the rest of tonight. Again, that's going to be pushing wind chill values to stay within the 20 to 25 and close to 30 degrees below 0 from now into our Saturday, and won't really see improvements until we get into Christmas Day. So make sure that you have multiple ways to be able to stay warm and just stay inside with your loved ones for the holiday. 8 degrees is going to be our high for tomorrow, and for Sunday, we're looking at 10 degrees. The good news is we're not looking at any more accumulating snow, but the snow that's on the ground is going to be bringing us our white Christmas. 10 degrees is what we're expecting for Christmas Day. Still going to be rather breezy, but the good news is those winds will die down as we continue throughout the rest of our Sunday. Here's a look at our 10-day forecast. A slow, gradual warm-up is on the way, well above seasonable for this time of year, and we are going to be ringing in the new year, maybe with some rain, but at least we're looking at 40-degree temperatures.
Officials at UW Health say they are getting approval to move forward with plans to add a new surgery center on Madison's east side. The UW Hospital and Clinics Authority Board voted to move forward with the plan, which would create a new ambulatory surgery center at UW Health's East Madison Hospital. UW Health says the facility will help address the growing need for more surgical services. The new center is expected to open in 2024.
And coming up in sports, Christmas came early for Elton Jenkins. By Matt LaFleur called the contract extension a present for all of us. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. And what I love about Plexiderm is this is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm. Please send me more." It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy
words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines, like, it's amazing.
You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself, I'm telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified, most accurate team, First Warn Weather. Only on News 3 Now.
Wisconsin's 22-point win over Lehigh snapped a streak of 7 straight games decided by 5 points or less. The Badgers went 5-2 during that span and had some big wins in that stretch. But they'd be the first to say they need to improve. UW has yet to put together a full 40-minute performance. Good news, they're grinding out wins. Better news for Greg Gard, his team knows they're not even close to their ceiling.
Just executing down the stretch, we kind of get away from ourselves sometimes in the second half, and that's all of us. That's both on offense and defense. So I think just sticking to, like I said earlier, just playing Wisconsin basketball and how we need to play for 40 minutes.
We have to get better. That's not an option not to. So, and that can happen in a variety of ways, whether it's the guys that are getting 30-plus minutes a game or guys that are still trying to crack their way consistently into the rotation.
And if you were looking forward to watching the Badgers tonight, well, you're going to have to wait until next Friday to see them play. Remember, Wisconsin canceled their game against Grambling State because of the weather and said it will not be rescheduled. Elton Jenkins turns 27 the day after Christmas, and it's safe to say he's going to be the one buying all the gifts after today. The Packers' 5-tool offensive lineman agreed to a 4-year, $68 million contract extension with the Packers, making him the second highest paid guard in the NFL. Jenkins would have become a free agent in March. Now he's locked up through the 2026 season.
I said I can't wait to see our presents. We got a nice little Christmas bonus. So no, it's a great day for us, a great day for Elton. I can't say enough great things about him. He's been just awesome since the day he set foot in this building, and just brings so much to our team, and just really, 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 really excited. And that's a good little Christmas present for all of us.
And this week's Intermat Wrestling rankings are out in Wisconsin, cracked the top 10. As a team, the Badgers sit 9th in the country and have 6 wrestlers ranked in the top 16 in their weight classes, headlined by Austin Gomez, who comes in at number 2. Coach Bono's squad is off until next week's Midlands Championships. You could buy a lot of gifts with $68 million.
Yeah, Elton Jenkins, too. Didn't expect that right now, not right now. All right, Zach, let's go to Julian, final check.
Before we get into the weather, you see who's number 1? Let's go Penn State.
Oh.
We are. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 10-day forecast, folks. Make sure you're bundling up and staying warm for the holidays, because it's going to be bitterly cold until Christmas Day. We'll finally start to break that bitter streak, but it's still going to be cold until we get to next week, where the 40s will welcome us for the new year.
All right, Julian, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.